and
Next on Worcester News Tonight, a court upholds Governor Baker's vaping ban. Area businesses are reacting. Plus, after a fire tore through a Worcester business, they're back open and doing whatever it takes. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Bottary. A beautiful fall day here in central Massachusetts. The sun's out and it looks like more sunshine is on the way. Let's get a first check of our local forecast with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. I'm meteorologist Pamela Gardner. What a beautiful start to the work week. We got the few showers away early this morning. We had some areas of fog too, and that dissipated, giving us a pleasant Monday afternoon. Cool and raw though as we head into Tuesday. Of course, we have some changes rolling in as the system pushes through. There's going to be a soaker Tuesday night with some heavy rain from time to time, but then temperatures stay either near average or above normal for the next several days through the 10-day forecast. I'll show you that in just a bit. And this evening, our temperatures will stay comfortable through 7 o'clock at least. A clear sky, 58. Increasing clouds by 9 o'clock. We're cool, 48 degrees, and the clouds continue to increase by 11 o'clock with a temp of about 46. Overnight, we'll drop into the 40s. Not quite as chilly as what we could be since we have some clouds helping to trap in the daytime heat. And so we're down to 44 in Worcester, 41 in Fitchburg, and the wind from the north-northeast. We will continue to see a north-northeast wind for tomorrow, keeping temperatures a little on the cool side, plus a chance for drizzle prior to the heavy rain. I'll show you the hour-by-hour timing on that in just a bit.
A Worcester business is back up and running just weeks after a fire tore through their building. Our Chandler Walsh spoke with the owner today, who says he's confident about their future.
Their building is destroyed, but K&N Plumbing and Heating Supply is open for business as usual.
It's reality and I gotta attack it. I can't. If I thought if I cried it would go away, it won't. So I got to keep going.
I would expect nothing less. Unless it's a major holiday, we're working.
The Water Street Plumbing Supplies Company lost 80% of their inventory in a 4-alarm fire earlier this month. They started working in the garage the next day and then moved to a trailer.
7 hours of work we lost. 10 to 5. Right back open 7:30 the next day.
Other businesses may have closed under the circumstances, but K&N is staying positive. Mark Rufo says this is his biggest challenge in 44 years of owning the business.
Doing whatever we can to keep the business going. We don't want to lose our customer base.
Rufo is running a generator for power and was able to keep all of the company's paperwork.
No phone, no computer, no credit card machine, just, we're doing everything old school, but I did it before, so I can do it again, I guess.
Other Kelly Square businesses are helping. K&N says the community and their customers keep them going.
Everybody up and down the street is done what they can.
I can't thank people enough around here. It's great.
Rufo says business in their building won't be back to normal for another year or so, but he's confident they'll make it through. He says he started the business in a small corner, so this shouldn't be a problem. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Election Commission will meet Friday to certify the candidate who will fill the seat of the late Brian O'Connell. The 18-term school committee member passed away last week. According to the city's charter, the seat would go to the candidate who received the most votes in the last election without being elected. Former school committee member Donna Calorio finished 7th in 2017. She's running for mayor and city councilor at large this fall and could now serve the remainder of O'Connell's term on the school committee. O'Connell's name will remain on the November ballot. A Worcester woman charged in the stabbing death of her boyfriend will undergo a mental health evaluation before being arraigned for murder. Prosecutors upgraded the charge against Jennifer Algren Monday. Police say she stabbed 40-year-old Jason Swedberg inside their Dixfield Street home last week. Police officers say Algren told them voices in her head made her do it. Algren is being held without bail. The governor's ban on the sale of vaping products remains in effect tonight. Monday, a judge ruled against a request to end it. leaving some local businesses wondering what their future will look like. Our Cam Jandro spoke to a few area vape shops today and joins us now with more. Cam?
Anna, it has certainly been a difficult month for the vaping industry here in the state of Massachusetts. Many shops, including the one behind me, have actually had to close their doors. And if you also look closer behind me, there's a notice posted by the state of Massachusetts saying that they have been strictly prohibited from selling some of their products. Now, not all of the shops have closed, and the ones that are still open are afraid they might have to do the same and close their doors.
When we first brought our cameras inside Worcester's Vaporize last month, the walls were filled with products. Monday morning, the shelves were just about empty.
We've had to lay off a few people. We've cut hours down. We've actually been debating on cutting our hours for the day.
Co-owner Adrian Pelka describes the ban as a punch in the stomach. Vaporize has been selling CBD products to stay in business. Pelka says vaping-related products accounted for nearly 90% of their inventory. Monday, a Suffolk Superior Court judge denied an injunction request to stop Governor Baker's ban. So the future of Vaporize isn't clear.
It's the uncertainty of, is it January 25th that I can start selling that day? Or that week before they're going to say, we're going to extend it another 4 months. And then what do you do?
Judge Douglas Wilkins did cite legal flaws with the ban, but ultimately did not lift it. Governor Baker says he knew the courts would be part of the process.
But for us, the public health issues associated with this outweighed the negative consequences, which are real, and we understand that, associated with the ban in the first place.
Worcester's Green Zone Smoke Shop is another business hit by the ban. Sales specialist Ika McGreeny says their variety of products allows them to keep the store running, but feels for those who aren't in the same situation.
We had to liquidate everything that we've had. We no longer sell it. But what about the shops that only sold e-cigarette products? They're gone.
There are still 3 months left in the ban. McGreeny says Green Zone is ready to move forward, but smaller businesses, like Vaporize, are anxious about what's next.
You can expect a certain amount of money every day in sales to sustain the business. Now I've lost all of that, and the uncertainty is super stressful.
Now, the governor has until October 28th to fix those legal flaws the judge pointed out in his ruling earlier today. The ban will be in effect as planned until January 25th of 2020. We're in Worcester tonight. I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
The city will soon take control of the Hawley Street basketball court, which supporters say should breathe new life into Worcester's Piedmont Street neighborhood. Known in the neighborhood as the Fatty Jenkins Cage, the court is named after the late Worcester firefighter Alan Fatty Jenkins, who passed away from lung cancer in 2004. The property foreclosed in early 2018. The city will now take the court and will work with nonprofit Worcester Common Ground on upgrades and improvements. Worcester Common Ground community organizer Ellie Gilmore tells Worcester News Tonight the organization has been handling the maintenance and the upkeep of the court over the past few years. Gilmore said she hopes city ownership will help make the basketball court more accessible. Tonight, we're getting an inside look at the new Dudley fire station. Our Valerie Bell spoke to the department today to learn more about the need for the upgrade.
When Dudley Fire Station switched to a 24/7 operation back in 2013, they began planning for a much-needed renovation. Now, 6 years later, the updated building is finally complete.
The original station was built in 1960.
It also did not meet some federal safety guidelines.
It was built for an all-volunteer service with a few trucks. We obviously outgrew it.
Dudley Fire has 10 full-time members, 30 on call, and more than 15 paramedics. Lieutenant Chester Morose has been on the fire department since 1989. He says since they started around-the-clock coverage, the conditions in the old building were not suitable for their staff.
We didn't really have real good sleeping quarters or anything like that for the overnight stays.
And it wasn't the only problem.
We had 1 bathroom for everybody. Now we have 5. That's a big upgrade.
Fire and EMS officials now have more space to move around.
There's actually room between the trucks where we can walk and move and get around.
Height restrictions are no longer an issue either. The garage doors are much larger to fit their engines and vehicles. It will also allow them to add a new modern fire engine and ambulance when the time comes.
We'll be able to purchase new equipment in the future that will be able to fit in the station, which will better serve the community.
The renovations to the building costed $6.75 million. The fire chief said that this building is expected to last them the next 60 to 70 years. In Dudley, Valerie Bell, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Public Library is celebrating National Friends of Libraries Week. The Friends of the Worcester Public Library is a nonprofit made up of volunteers who help enhance the library's services. Established in 1956, they're one of the oldest friend groups in the state. And so far, the Friends have volunteered more than 3,000 hours this year.
They're kind of like the unsung heroes in a way because they're in the background, but they support us. They support us in many different ways. They have book sales, they have the bookstore here, so they raise funds for us, and that allows us to do a lot of the programs that we offer to the public.
This is the 14th year of the program. The library is hoping to raise awareness and attract more members. WPI is getting a 5-year, $8 million grant from the U.S. Department of Education to expand on an online learning tool to all 50 states. The grant will be used to scale and expand on assessments by focusing on high-need middle school math students and teachers. Assessments is free and provides immediate feedback and assessment on academic performance. In April, the Department of Education said the online platform was one of only a handful of proven interventions in the country for mathematics. WPI professor Neil Heffernan and his wife Christina developed assessments in 2003.